The Yu-Gi-Oh! April 1st, 2020 Master Rule 5 Forbidden List was game-changing. Like, seriously, what do we call it? Do we call it the April 1st Forbidden List? Do we call it the Master Rule 5 Forbidden List? I'm lost here. This list completely changed the entire landscape of Yu-Gi-Oh! With decks like Spiral and Lunalight being hit, arguably two of the best decks of the format, what will take their place? Well, in this video, we're going to be going over the best decks of the format post Master Rule 5 April 1st, 2020 Forbidden List. We seriously got to figure out how to shorten that. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, then make sure you destroy that like button, but also comment down below in the comment section what was your favorite deck out of this list, a deck that I probably missed, or if you guys want to see an underrated video. If I were to give myself this list about a week ago, then I probably would have laughed in my face. I mean, seriously, Raid Raptor as a potential best deck of the format, and it's not a slight towards Raid Raptor players. Just previously, Lunalight was the best rank 4 deck. But with that strategy being hit, you have to look for the other outlier rank 4 options. Another thing that you have to factor in is ZODIAC BARRAGE being hit on the list, meaning that simple rank 4 deck engines are going to be hard to come by. Here comes Raid Raptor with its easy access to be able to special summon level 4 monsters to their side of the field, meaning it'll be able to summon those rank monsters with ease. I think the deck is extremely powerful because its board is left untouched. Being able to special summon 3 winged beast monsters to your side of the field can equal a devastating board where you have a Barrier Statue, Utopia, Cyber Dragon, Infinity on the board, and of course some Morg. Watch out for Raid Raptors in Master Rule 2020. Like seriously, is it 2020 or is it Master Rule 5? What are we calling it? A strategy that actually checks the list as one of the more competitive strategies. Unfortunately, it did fall off because of Lightning Storm and new other strategies introduced, but now is ready to make it vengeance. Altergeist is an extremely powerful deck that felt like it was left in the dust in the middle of last format. And again, that could be attributed to Lightning Storm, but we also have to remember Lightning Storm is not only a very expensive card, Red Reboot is still limited on the list, meaning those trap-based strategies get a significant boost depending on how much money the person that you're playing against does have, which in normal Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, they probably spent it all on toilet paper, so not a lot. Altergeist still abuses Altergeist Multi-Faker to be able to bounce your opponent's critical cards, which is really good in a card game where we can feel that Yu-Gi-Oh! Would slow down. Being able to hit those critical resources on their side of the field and bounce your important Altergeist cards to your hand will always allow you to keep the flow of disruption, meaning that the game should be able to be tilted in your favor. Now, the Dragon Link strategy did lose Destrudo. Let's take a moment of silence for our Destrudo boys out there. Rest in peace, my Destrudo boys. Fortunately for us, that isn't the reason why Dragon Link was so strong. I mean, this card uses Starlight Safer to get into its 1-card combos, what equals with a Warlord Savage Dragon, which is relatively strong and has quite a few negates if left on the field. Then you get your Unchained Abomination, which can destroy multiple cards. I mean, the deck does have a lot going for it. Now, the only problem with Dragon Link has always been you go through your entire extra deck pretty much during your first turn. Now with Pot of Avarice, the deck can lock and reload, being able to arm itself. Okay. Being able to get those critical resources back into your deck to draw 2 cards, I think that this would probably be the best deck suited for Pot of Avarice. Rockets are ready to roll. Okay, well, yeah, too many puns here, too many puns. Now, this list is pre-Eternity Code. I feel like we should make another list around the time Eternity Code set will release, meaning that we can not only address the current meta, but be able to determine what would be the best cards coming out of that particular set. The strategy that I really feel got a huge boost, not only by the Forbidden List indirectly, but also the Duel Overload set, is Orcus. Who thought that Lib World Chalice Keyblade Master, or whatever you want to call her, is a card that would help out the Orcus strategy? But I've seen quite the combos with this card, allowing you to set cards like World Legacy Sorrow, as well as you pair it with your Orcus cards, such as having a Babel on your side of the field, and of course your Orcus Trap card to get multiple negations on your side of the field. The deck also does get better with Eternity Code and got reprints inside of the Duel Overload set. I feel like Orcus is one of the better grind decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! As long as you can continuously summon Ningirsu, you can get rid of some of your opponent's critical resources. And the fact that the deck plays really nice with all machine strategies, I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. Salamangreat is another strategy that got a huge boost by the Forbidden List indirectly. And while it didn't get any support or direct support in Duel Overload, it's still the exact same deck. We can theorize that with both Lunalight and Spiral being hit, some of those fast-paced break my board type decks will be a lot slower, and decks like Salamangreat can thrive in a format where we go into a controlled pace. Being able to have Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf on your side of the field is the best thing ever, because then you can abuse cards like your Salamangreat Rage to be able to destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field, and your Salamangreat Roar to be able to negate their activations. I really hope that after like a year and a half of Salamangreat, I said it right. Please tell me I got those two right. The deck also has an ability to destroy all of your opponent's cards on their side of the field with Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. I think that Salamangreats are in a great spot. Get it? Salamangreat spot? Alright, we're just gonna go to the next strategy anyways. Now, I'm not huge into heroics, but my boy Mac is. Okay, that was another terrible pun just to say that heroes have definitely gotten better. Yes, we know losing Destiny Hero Militias may have hurt, but did it really? You guys essentially lose one more brick in your deck, and on top of that, you get released from Master Rule 4, meaning that you can special summon monsters to your side of the field from your extra deck with ease, and all of those monsters happen to be devastating fusions. We're not going to talk about how Dark Lord banishes all your opponent's cards. We're actually going to talk about some of the other hero monsters and why they are so important. The first one is Evil Hero Malicious Bane, a walking one-sided Raigeki that cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects or by battle. But the main theme of the show should be Absolute Zero. You use this with Mass Change, you can make Masked Hero Acid, being able to Harpy's Feather Duster and Raigeki them on their turn. Heroes can now abuse those fusion monsters like no other. It's probably the best fusion deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Until you realize they kind of don't have the best fusion spell. Like, this deck still uses polymerization, so while I do think that the crown could go to heroes, it might just go to SHADDOLL. I know I just kind of gave it all to you guys to rip it away. It's kind of what I do sometimes, you know, especially when it comes to decks that people like, and I know you like. But yeah, SHADDOLL. SHADDOLL is really the best fusion deck because it has some of the best fusion cards. Yes, you have all that great destruction, but what does all that great destruction do when their best fusion monster can't be destroyed in SHADDOLL Winda? Limiting players to only special summon once a turn and not being able to be destroyed by card effects, SHADDOLL Winda is a terror for most strategies that want to build boards. And just if it wasn't powerful enough, SHADDOLL Construct can beat any monster special summoned to the side of the field. On top of that, SHADDOLL Fusion is hands down the best fusion card besides Super Polymerization. Being able to fuse any SHADDOLL monster from your extra deck if your opponent controls a monster special summoned from the extra deck using cards from your deck is incredible. We can't forget that SHADDOLL monsters require an attribute, meaning as long as we continue to get Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, we'll eventually get good Earth, Wind, Fire, Water, Dark, and Light monsters that love to be sent to the graveyard. SHADDOLL is an ever-evolving strategy, but it still stays true to its heart. That's SHADDOLL Winda to prevent massive special summoning, El SHADDOLL Construct to knock those special summon monsters down, and then of course, there's some other outlier fusion monsters like Shekinaga and Grista, which are just amazing in their own right. Now, I'm not saying that this is hands down the best deck of the format. I feel like the other decks that we mentioned are extremely incredible. But as you guys already know, sometimes when you go to an event, you just want to turn your brain off and summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and that's why Dinos still sit at the top of the throne, at least in our hearts. Because Ultimate Conductor Tyranno can flip all of the monsters on the field face down, and going into Master Rule 2020, players are expected to play those monsters that can actually be flipped face down. With less Link monsters running around, that's more monsters for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to attack into. But that's not even where Dinos do it best. Players have found really good ratios for their Dino strategies. These really good ratios consistently allow them to make true King of all calamities which is probably the best rank monster in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, as well as Trishula along the way, which is limited to one, but you only need one, right? And also very powerful X-Seed monsters like EVOLZAR DOLKKA, which can negate multiple monster effects. Dinos are not going anywhere, and if you guys said that they were going somewhere, you dino what you were talking about. This deck is still one of the best of the best. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Of course, go ahead and post down below in the comment section what strategies did I miss, what is your favorite, and if you guys want to see some underrated decks of the format video. As always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, like I am.